Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Scythe here with another video for you guys. Welcome to part 2 of What If Deku Had an Intelligence Quirk. I just wanted to greet you guys by just saying, sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So, let's begin. Izuku stared wide-eyed at the murky blob that stood bestride him as it stared back at him.
Oh, what a snag! A meatbag walked right in front of me in my time of need.
Muggy tentacles extended from the slimy mass, blocking the boy's nose and mouth before he could even react. Izuku clawed at the tentacles, his heart racing faster than ever before.
Stay still, kid, and stop resisting. I'll make this quick and painless.
The slippery mass of the villain wrapped around Izuku, confining the boy in an obscure cage. Hey, the villain's got that kid! A random civilian yelled as Izuku swung and swiveled in the loose mass, each attempt of escape going in vain as the boy began to suffocate.
Somebody, help him!
Rikiya yelled as he stared helplessly from the inside of the store as his friend began to suffocate, his body standing stone cold as a pressure formed in his chest.
Damn it, I can't move!
The redhead's eyes fixated on his struggling friend who was still fighting against the villain.
Hey kid, I thought I told you to stay still.
The villain roared as Izuku's square eyes darted from left to right as his arms began to slow down.
Yeah, that's right. Just be a good disguise and die!
Izuku's eyes closed and his body going limp as he stopped moving, seemingly falling unconscious.
No, Izuku!
Rikiya held his arms up, balling his fists as he gained control over his body. His eyebrows furrowed as he began to grit his teeth.
You didn't just...
The boy took a step forward as the sludge villain released the tentacles from Izuku's nose and mouth, using them to keep his mouth open.
I need to be quick!
The sludge villain didn't notice Rikiya as he opened Izuku's mouth, getting closer to the boy while shrinking his eyes and teeth getting ready to enter him.
Don't you dare!
Rikiya roared, catching the sludge villain's attention.
What the... Ah! Why? You...
The villain convulsed away from Izuku, dropping the boy on the ground, as his formless body wrapped around a very red eye.
Gotcha,
Izuku said weakly as he stared at the villain through heavy eyelids, struggling to keep a balled fist in the air.
Izuku!
Rikiya yelled, dashing towards his friend as fast as he could. Two purple gauntlet construct formed on his arms as he picked Izuku up and dashed away.
Hey, I'm not done with you!
Have no fear. Why? Because I am here!
The villain's eyes widened as a strong gust of wind caused it to splatter across the pavement and the walls of the store.
Hey, it's All Might!
A random civilian cheered as the symbol of peace stood proud with his signature smile over the mess that was now the villain.
Izuku, are you alright?
Rikiya practically yelled as he placed Izuku softly on the pavement of the sidewalk.
Better than ever!
Izuku forced a smile, weakly holding a thumbs up to Rikiya, causing the pressure in the redhead's chest to dissipate.
Good. Thank the Lord you're alive. I thought you were dead for a moment there.
Rikiya sighed and lowered his head a bit as Izuku chuckled, causing the redhead to punch him in the shoulder.
Ow! What was that for?
It's because you laughed, Square Eyes!
Oh, cut me some slack, Cherry Head.
The teens proceeded to argue, throwing names at each other, while All Might stared at them awkwardly, having collected the sludge villain in 2 bottles.
Ahem.
All Might cleared his throat, causing both boys to turn their attention to him.
Are you two alright?
All Might asked, already knowing the answer to the question, but seeing it pointless not to ask.
Oh, All Might! It's All Might!
Both boys widened their eyes at the sight of the #1 hero standing before them.
I'll take that as a yes.
All Might exclaimed as Izuku suddenly sat up, pulling his bag off of his back and rummaging through it for his hero notebook.
Right, All Might, sir.
Rikiya started.
Can we get your autographs, sir?
Izuku continued. The boy held out his scorched hero notebook with an open pen.
Oh, sure.
All Might laughed awkwardly as he signed Izuku's book.
Thank you, sir.
Both boys got up and repeatedly bowed, causing the #1 hero to sweat.
Yes, now if you'll excuse me, I have places to be and more people to save.
All Might slowly walked backwards, before leaping off, leaving both boys staring in awe of his might.
Hey, Brainiac. Yeah? You are actually fine, right?
Rikiya turned his head slowly to face his companion.
Oh, yeah! After that, I'm better than fine. Ow.
Izuku raised his arm in a pose, flinching and bracing his side immediately after.
I think we should get that checked out,
Rikia said, still staring at the spot where All Might once stood.
Yeah, I think so too,
Izuku responded, also staring at the spot where All Might had once stood just a moment ago. The police and an ambulance soon arrived, and both boys were thoroughly checked up on, and both were sent on their way home with minor injuries.
Holy cow! That was amazing! And scary at the same time,
Rikia said softly, his eyes tracing and paving beneath them.
I mean, the sludge villain was scary, but I must say that I'm pretty proud of myself for tricking the villain into thinking I was unconscious,
the Greenette explained.
You still scared the living daylights out of me, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Izuku said softly, picking up on Rikia's mood.
But you have to admit, that punch to the eye was pretty cool, right?
Rikia's eyes lit up as his gaze moved to meet Izuku's.
Oh, heck yeah, dude! That was epic! Although I think I would have just done that without pretending to be dead.
The redhead puffed out his chest and held his arms in a heroic pose as the two walked, causing Izuku to chuckle.
I wasn't pretending to be dead, though. Was too. Was not. 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 Alright, you win. I wasn't pretending to be dead,
Izuku said with a chuckle, causing the cyan-eyed boy to facepalm.
I can't believe that reverse psychology worked on you.
Rikia went to talk, but paused, opting to punch Izuku in the shoulder instead.
Ouch! This is why you should be a hero with me, you violent purple lantern. Oh, shut up, Mr. the Thinker. I already showed you my application sheets earlier. Fair?
The duo went silent for a moment as they walked.
Oh, right. Since you want to prove you can get into UA on your own, do you still want to train with— Of course, you idiot! Oh, alright then.
Izuku arrived home and told his mum of the details of what had happened that afternoon, immediately causing a flash flood in the Midori apartment, as well as a weekend in the bed. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. With the services Skillshare provides, you can get access to many in-depth tutorial videos on basically anything you want to learn. It's pretty sick. Each class that they have is bound to help you with your creative endeavors. Do you want to learn how to make videos like this one? Do you want to learn how to write scripts or edit audio? Skillshare has you covered. And with our link, you can have a 14-day free trial. So what are you waiting for? Click the link now and get 14 days worth of classes for free. Link in the description below. Izuku and Rikia spent the next 10 months training together. Izuku did research online and found that a beach called the Goba Beach had been polluted to the brim, and that there was a rubbish dump nearby. Both boys got to work cleaning out the beach, using it as a way to train their bodies. This made the next 8 months a slow and grueling process. With a bit of extra research, Izuku managed to lighten that process. They both woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day, got ready for school, went to school, and ate the appropriate amounts of nutrients needed. After that, they went to the beach and cleaned it. On weekends, the boys woke up at the same time during the week and went straight to cleaning Dagoba Beach, along with whatever other menial tasks that they had. With that schedule, the slow 8 months would come to pass, and the friends had cleared out the beach. Both boys stood proud staring at the new and improved view, provided by the clean beach on a sunset.
So now that we've pulled a Mr. Beast on this beach, what should we do next?
I don't know. Maybe I could study, while we just maintain ourselves with a bit of rest.
We could, unless there's another beach nearby to clean as well.
Izuku pinched his chin in between his thumb and index finger while looking up to the sky.
Well there, Izuku buddy. I'm glad we did such a great thing for Japan as training, but I think not.
Rikia turned to face Izuku while slouching his shoulders.
But that's besides the point. If we cleaned another beach, we could get stronger. Besides the What? I thought we were cleaning this because it was a good thing to do.
Izuku furrowed his eyebrows and turned his gaze from the beach to meet Rikia's.
No, what? I was saying that you not wanting to not clean it is besides the point, dummy.
Rikia went blank, staring wide-eyed at Izuku, who returned his gaze to in front of himself.
Wait, what?
Izuku's lips curled up into a smile.
I'm only kidding, Ricky. I suppose sparring for the next 2 months couldn't hurt. Well, at least not that much. Yeah, we could!
Rikia cheered, glad that he didn't have to clean a whole nother beach again.
Oh, right. When do we start?
Tomorrow. The boys fist bumped, both grinning and filled with the pride of their achievement. With that, a transition in schedule was ensued. Instead of cleaning the beach every day since it had been cleaned, the childhood friends decided that training every second day with studying in between for Rikia's sake was the better option to do. Both boys spent the rest of the remaining time before the entrance exam following this new and adjusted schedule, refining their fighting styles and preparing for the impending struggles until the fateful day arrives.
Damn it, where is he?
Izuku stood by his and Rikia's usual meeting spot in the mornings, which was a corner on a side road placed perfectly halfway in between their respective homes.
He's 5 minutes late.
Izuku tapped his foot impatiently, his head darting from side to side with his eyes closely analyzing every square inch of land around him.
I'll just call him.
Izuku pulled out his phone and was about to call him when heavy breathing caught his attention.
What took you so long?
Izuku looked up, raising an eyebrow as he eyed out an out-of-breath Rikia.
I, broke, my alarm clock yesterday.
Izuku stared blankly at his childhood friend as he caught his breath.
And you didn't think to set an alarm on your phone? But then I would have, broken that this morning too.
Izuku's eyebrows twitched before he took a moment to roll his eyes.
Never mind, let's go. We're already late.
Izuku turned and started walking off.
Hey, wait up! I just caught my breath!
Rikia yelled as he walked at an increased pace to catch up with Izuku. Later the duo arrived at UA, both taking a moment to take in the view of the massive main building through the main gate. But without a second to waste, they got into the building and sat down for the practical exam. Which for Izuku was a breeze. Within the first 20 minutes he was lying on his arms and sleeping. Rikia, on the other hand, finished the test at the same time as many of the other students. Once the practical examination was out of the way, President Mike got on the stage and began to explain the physical examination. It would be based on a point system. The more points you had, the higher chances you had of passing.
Alright kids, now on to how you get your points.
President Mike did a series of hand gestures and body movements.
The examinees will be split into 2 separate locations, and in each location you'll have to find dummies hidden throughout the locations. Each room of every building in these locations might have a dummy in them. Of course, when it comes to heroing, no civilian is worth more than another, but each dummy will have a number on them going from 1 to 3.
President Mike paused as the giant screen behind him turned on, showing pictures of different dummies with numbers on their chests.
The dummy will have a button on the top of its head, and if you press that button, you will gain points equivalent to the number of the dummy. But of course, there's a catch!
President Mike paused once more, and the pictures on the giant screen swapped to different rooms, littered with debris of different kinds, producing obstacles to climb over.
You'll have to search for them in the rooms!
Thank you all for sticking around, and I hope that you enjoyed. Before you leave, we would just like to let you know that we the Celestials have many other channels for your entertainment and viewing purposes. All the information you'll need is right below here in the description, so feel free to check out all the other incredible projects our teams create. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. The details will be in the description below. That's all for today's video, so goodbye and have a divine day.